back to She's All In podcast, where we ignite inspiration in women. I'm Keisha.
I'm Janelle.
I'm Erica.
I'm Melanie.
I'm Tashika.
And I'm Latoya.
So today, the whole crew is here.
Yes.
Yes, our stuff can be so easy, so it's kind of difficult. But today we are all together, and I'm excited to have all my girls with me.
Yes.
So Janelle's gonna be leading us in a podcast today.
Yes, and our podcast discussion today is when the crowns go up, the masks come off. So, ladies, how do you feel about repositioning your crown and properly placing your crown on your head? What does that mean to you?
I am a very blunt person and take me as I am. And I think that has helped me career-wise because I'm more approachable, relatable. I don't try to hide anything. I just let you look. I've been having a long day. This is happening because people try to be perfect. And why are you being perfect? That's not how life is. I'm big on learning. And I feel like if you just be yourself, then, you learn more. You gain the knowledge you need to keep going and everything else just falls in place. So for me, just positioning my crown is just, I don't want to say being flawless because you can't be, but just being who you are, being authentic, and being open to whatever come your way.
Yeah. I think, piggybacking off of Erica, I think with me it's just being authentic. Just being authentic in your journey, being authentic to who you are as a person. I feel like too, you have a lot of people who want to try to mimic other people or try to copy other people, but I do feel like you miss your blessings when you do that. You're not being able to really tap into your anointing when you're so busy trying to do something that you're not. So I feel like mask off is like completely being yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know, y'all. So for me personally, repositioning my crown is something that may be an everyday thing. It depends on the season I'm in, right? So we all go through seasons and cycles. Yeah. And so some days I may need to reposition that crown a couple times in that day, right? So for me, it's being authentically myself, giving myself grace, and repositioning when I need to, and allowing myself to be who I am, feel it, be in the moment, be present, and making sure that I'm not only adjusting my crown, but I'm also making sure that I'm adjusting my tribe's crown.
Yes.
That I'm also being there for them as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I feel like being in like today's society is just like
Stressful.
It's stressful from social media. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like it rushes you through life, it rushes you through seasons. You know what I'm saying? So it some people get lost of being authentic. They're so busy trying to be like somebody else because they're being influenced by what they see. So sometimes they lose their way. But I feel like we gotta thrive, truly thrive, with keeping our crowns up and taking our masks off and just being authentic the day to day.
Absolutely.
So Janelle, you said when the crowns are up.
Yes, the crowns go up, the mask comes off.
Okay, so when the crown goes up. So for me, when the crown goes up, that looks like for me because it's hard, life be life. And it's hard to not yield and be a victim and feel defeated and discouraged through everyday's like that, right? And sometimes, we can find ourselves, if we don't watch ourselves, step into a whole nother identity based off of what we are experiencing in this current reality right now.
Yeah.
And so when my crown goes up, that is me tapping back into who God says that I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
And viewing the situation and myself like how God would see it. And knowing that I may be going through this right now, but the end of the story is that I have the victory. And I am a champion.
Yes.
This is a testimony.
Yes.
So it's about, I have to speak to myself and talk to myself and speak life back into myself. And the crown just lifts and lifts and lifts and rises. And rises. So that's, knowing how to do that, that's every day. Like Toya said, that's a every couple times a day.
Yeah.
You know? Depending on how the day is handling it all out. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
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 Yeah, I agree.
I agree too, and I think it's just even enough for yourself when that crown is up, because that's what I feel like too. Like when that crown goes up, it's like knowing that I belong in this place, and what you're pretending to be, it falls off. Like you got to clean up and readjusting and realigning like every day, and having each other's back, and holding one another accountable. Like shit out of town, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, through this life that we walk through is a lot of pressure, like pressure to do this, pressure to succeed, pressure to make money, pressure to feel like you're the biggest thing in the room. When it's really about collaboration. But when we collaborate and come together, it's everybody's perspective and point of view.
Right.
Things together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's number and power. You know, it's power in numbers. I absolutely do believe that, because everybody is aligning together, and we're all bringing something different to the table. You know, at the end of the day. So yeah, Crown Club always. You know, because like I said before, I'm a champion this thing. So
Yes.
There is power.
Yeah.
And you got to be open to accepting what someone has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like what y'all just said to me, like Erica.
I mean, you can't mess out your life because
I know, and that's how I feel. Like,
kitty event.
yeah, my husband tell me that all the time, and I be getting mad at him. But I probably need to text him. I apologize. And like, y'all should come or do this or that. And I'd be like, what? You know, like, or just ignore him or something. But no, y'all just said maybe because it's coming from y'all or a different perspective.
So what is that? That's adjusting your crown.
It's looking at a different perspective. And it's doing what I tell other people too. You know, but for myself, you know, those come from like childhood traumas. And so forth. You want to just make sure, you know, if your child can do this, then give them the opportunity to do it while they can.
Absolutely.
Because I know sometimes that moment isn't always there.
Yeah.
So for me, I like consistency.
Yeah.
So I'm big on that. So like it's hard for me to break that. You know, so if I
But
break
you don't
it,
want to miss out on family.
No.
yeah, but I feel like I'm missing out now on being happy in present moments.
Yeah.
I'm happy with my family, but myself individually,
Right.
now I'm tired. You know, like I feel like I'm burnt out. It don't matter what nobody say to me. It's not gonna make me feel differently
Yeah.
Right.
because I'm tired. You know, so like that's how I know like I gotta make some changes, and like you said, adjust your crown and you know, do what you need to do. But yeah, you gotta be willing to trust the people around you.
Yes.
And receive, you know, what they're giving you, and really and listen, even if you don't want to listen. But I don't even want to listen. But no, I don't listen though. That's the thing, like, no,
But I
really
think
be
too,
listening.
but I think too with you, Erica, because your life is your kid, so it's like it's kind of hard for you to just kind of just be like, okay, yeah, I'm up. You know what I mean? So, and then your kids watching you with your children, it's like your kids are very attached to you.
Yeah, they just say,
You
are
know
you
what
gonna
I'm
be here?
saying?
Are you gonna be here? You gonna be here when I get done? I'm like, I didn't even get started what I'm, what I'm doing.
And
Why
so
wouldn't
speaking
I?
of
Which
that,
is good, but
yeah, I mean, wearing that crown though, honestly, our crown represents so many things.
It does.
That we are
It does.
to so many people. And so it's like, how do I do those things? So those of you who are tuning in this week, I hope y'all tuned in last week.
Oh,
We
yeah,
talked about
yeah.
balancing family and career.
yes.
That's a
Because you
lie.
shouldn't have to choose one or the other.
Right.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all go back and tune into the last week's podcast. But honestly, your crown, it represents so many different things that you represent, right? And your purpose and your calling and your journey. So that's why everybody's crown looks different.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
And adjusting your crown is just that. Being able to hear from your tribe, hear from people who support you and love you and are just pouring into you to help you adjust that crown.
Yeah.
And then you also have to start acknowledging it too. And not feel bad when you're saying, I'm burnt out, I'm tired. Like, I'm burnt out and I'm tired. Because honestly, we're teaching our children these things,
Yeah.
and they're going to think, oh, I'm supposed to do all that too. Even when they're tired and they're burnt out.
Because my kids would do
And
that.
so
But
that
sometimes
affects us.
yeah,
mentally.
they say,
You
that,
know?
man, I'm gonna go home and relax.
Listen,
I
the
like
way
people
my
when we
son
have an order. So they know.
Yeah.
I just do it for myself.
My son will tell me in a moment. He is like,
My
Mom,
4-year-old
it's
say
the
that.
weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm relaxing. Nobody want to leave the house. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the heck?
Yeah, I know, right.
It's the same way.
So, but I get it. That's what works for him. That's what helps him reposition his life.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
he needs that reset, that recharge. He's like, I don't want to do all that.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. You know, so it's honestly having those boundaries, repositioning multiple times a day, some days, you know, if it's needed. But that crown represents a lot of things.
Yeah.
For
It
different
does.
people.
You got to know when to pass it off. That's hard for me.
Yeah.
To be like, do I want to trust somebody else to do this?
Yeah.
But you got to know when to pass it. Whatever happens, just trusting yourself.
I will definitely learn. I'm
And know you got the skills to like, if something happens, just fix it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Janelle, you said when the crowns go up, the masks go down. So when the crowns go up and the masks go down, what does that mean for you?
Well, I feel like when the masks come down, it's like sometimes it can get messy. Sometimes it can get a lot of frustrating because we're cleaning up some things. Because we tend to attract the wrong things, wrong people, places that we tend to not be in, or we're looking at where a certain thing's supposed to be and not looking at a different way that we can approach or handle. Just like Keisha, she had like, hey, don't let that get to you when somebody had, my life is like shifting in different areas. So my response is like, look, that crown was a little tilted because I'm like, hold up. You know, I know I'm going to another place in my life, but then it's like you don't want to feel like you're getting attacked or you're getting bullied, which I'm learning another term, really bullied by people. But having those other eyes and people around you to say, hey, nope, keep that chin up, we're going forward, you got to look past that because some things don't need a response.
That's not what I said. I had to tap in. Let me get my sister back.
Tell me.
And it's
Oh,
like,
You know, Erica be like, damn, doing it out.
it's like social bullying or work bullying or just bullying in life.
It exists,
Yeah.
though. You have to learn how to deal with it when it comes to bullying, especially on social media. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people, when you go through things, sometimes people try to push you and test you. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I feel like, Janelle, you probably get tested a lot because of your journey. Like you said before, in our first podcast, you said you were transitioning into a career. It's challenging for you. People may be giving you their opinions and this, that, and the third. But see, when people see you shifting and they see you coming out of and elevating, that's when they're going to try to come for you. That's okay because you got somebody like me.
I know.
Don't worry about it. I was having quick on social media. What?
But most of the time when your crown is shifting, it's like every time it shifts, it should shift for a good reason. So it's like I'm elevating each time. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna leave a lot of people behind.
Absolutely.
And I think we as well. I really don't care, but
I love you.
some people do. Like if I let you go, you go.
Right.
It's for me.
Yeah.
So you have to do what's best for you.
Absolutely.
And be okay with it.
And I love that you said that too because that's for me. Like I don't be like y'all are the first like that I kind of elbow to elbow.
Right.
Yeah, same here.
But I'm like, I was like, I think that's all the way.
I think that's why we bond.
Right.
When I'm sociable, like when I'm on the assignment, it's like boom. But it's like never like this kind of setting.
Right.
So it's kind of like you said, when you elevate, it's like, I'm thinking about, hey, I could bless family because at first when I wasn't in certain brackets, I haven't really even hit a bracket, but I'm being taught I got to study a new terminology. I got to start disciplining myself.
Right.
And then it's like me thinking, like some of y'all in this room, y'all 6 figures or already there. I'm sitting in rooms with people and then trained to get there.
Right.
So it's kind of like, I'm like, well, I can take everybody. I can maybe write this check for real, like this, and then like you said, everybody can't go.
Can't go.
They can't go, and I'm already like in that lonely bubble already. But it's like I want to just take everybody. I just want to bless it, and it's lonely. So it's like,
But see, I made a mistake of
I
do that. You know, but that's just me being genuine. That's just who I am. Like, oh, we all want to go here, let's go. You know, that's just me. As a person. I don't want to say I don't think money because I need money too to pay for my bills and bills are a lot. You know, but I feel like if you always think about the cost, you're never going to get there. You know,
So mindset.
For me, it's mindset. So tell me the cost. I already been confirmed. That's where I want to go. So then I'll put in the work I need to do.
Right.
Because if I think about the cost, sometimes you're gonna get discouraged or overwhelmed, and it's gonna throw you off, and you're not gonna get what you need.
Yeah,
I don't have fun.
Just
No,
do it.
you're not gonna have
I
fun.
Yeah.
Yep, I guess I take care of when I get
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only thing I make sure my bills is straight.
Yeah.
But anything else, honey,
Don't ask me.
don't ask me. My little nieces, they call me the rich auntie. I'm nowhere near. Because when we go, we go. You just have to enjoy the moment. And I spent like so many years, like back in like a long time ago when I first started like being a teen mom and all that stuff. I spent so many days of like count my money, make sure my money goes this way and that way, staying on a tight budget for what?
Yeah.
You stay on a tight budget, it wasn't going anywhere.
You
I
still
was making the same money every so I was like, really? So I just want to train myself. Like I had to untrain myself when I started really like bringing in that income. Or whatever. Because I'm like, why am I still on this tight budget too? What is my end goal? I never wanted to be like wealthy. My goal was to be being able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. And I'm luckily I'm at that point in my life where I can say, okay, let's do it. So with looking at price, I'm not saying like no ridiculous stuff like one out there
being careless.
Not being careless. But doing if I want to go underwear shopping or shoe shopping, whatever, I can do it.
Like we were just talking about.
Like you just stop looking at how everybody else lives. Because you got to think, some people 6 figures is not really 6 figures. Like we still make a certain amount, but we still have bills.
Your bills are more.
Your bills are more. So we probably still have the same income of somebody else that's bringing in from like 50,000 and I'm bringing in 100 and something. But no, you gotta just do what's best for you.
And your mindset is different.
No, your mindset is totally different.
Your mindset is different than I want to have a good time. Have a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
Ain't nothing to even talk about.
We'll talk about it the next day. I shouldn't even hear that. I know for next time.
Like the way I'm living life now, it's just like I try to look back to how I was living. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, like I remember when I couldn't do this. I remember when I was going through that. I remember when I was working like 2-3 jobs. I remember when I was doing this. But now it's like I get to sit back and just be like, okay. You know what I mean? I'm appreciating more of what is going on now. But I do sit back sometimes and think like, damn, I remember when I was struggling. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like to see where I am now is just like, wow. But sometimes I don't even get a chance to really think about that. You know what I'm saying? But when I think about it, it's just like, okay, I'm doing good. You know? But it's just like,
you know, you probably look at it now like you were struggling, but when it was happening, it was your life.
Exactly. So it was my life then. So it's just like, you know, we get used to each season. Each season is like you're adjusting each and every time. So it's just like now I'm in a season where I'm more relaxed, I'm more comfortable. But it's like I'm still trying to get to my bag because it's got places to go. You know what I'm saying? And things to do. So it's just like now I'm just blessed and I have my mindset is completely different than it was back then. Now I have more tools. My heart is different. My mind is different. So I'm moving different now. You know, so I'm blessed to have that. You know?
And another thing, like with losing my train of thought, but anyway. When it does shift like that, sometimes you just have to like appreciate the moment. And that's what I had to learn. Like I had to learn to be thankful for what I have now.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes I get discouraged. I'm like, no, because I need to do this, I need to have this, and, and this order and all that stuff. Then I just like sit down, shake it, where you at? Just
Sit back and look.
Yeah.
it could be different. So being thankful, I think the more you're thankful for what you have, the more you receive.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I think that comes to what Toya said, like that unmasking, like shifting our mindsets. And because I was like, at 2, I was like, I gotta write a budget for everything. Not a budget. It's like, girl, you know that you get everything.
Right.
But now it's like I'm in a place where you speak about it all the time. They're manifesting. So I'm like, I be walking like I'm already in 6 figures, and I don't let 6 figures be my stopping point. And I walk into places like I'm already there. I already said I bought this truck, I'm about to buy my other truck with cash, and I already have said that, and I just changed my whole perspective and my heart too. My heart has shifted. God had to unharden like my heart in areas that I thought like, hey, you said you was healed over here, but you wasn't, and He had to prepare me for this shifting place, for me to appreciate where I'm at now, or what He's doing in my life is shifting, putting me around different people that talk a different language, live differently, and it's like He had to shift everything with that masking off. He had to shift that, and many more doors have opened. And then I learned the doors that He closed. I'm grateful for those too.
Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And teach your kids to do the same, or they'll just see you. Like my daughter do it yesterday. You know, like just in general, because I buy clothes from anywhere. It don't matter where it comes from. I just anywhere. But I love Target. You know, like I mean, like for real.
That's another topic too. Because I have to change my mindset on that too.
Okay. But I like to.
So I have to purchase quality clothes instead of just purchasing.
Because they're not. They not mess up. Like that. And if they do, I can send them back. You gotta think like that because it's gonna add up. Well, we'll talk about that.
That's a whole other podcast. We can most definitely write that down. Y'all make notes of that. Make notes of that so we don't forget. But I think masking off is so important when you moving through life. Because I think it helps you just stay focused in a lot of areas, and also just give you a reminder like I want to know who you are for you. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be months later like she ain't saying who she used to be. You know who's authentic and being themselves, and you know who's not, and you know who's going to switch up on you because you can feel it. You can feel people's spirit, you can feel people's energy, and that's why it's important for us to set the tone and be authentic. Because, like Toya was saying, our crowns, like we hold so many different powerful meanings in our crowns. You know what I mean? Our crowns hold so many different seasons, and like through each season, we still have to be authentic. We still have to be our true selves. We still have to show up, living our truth, speaking our truth. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what we going through, it's like people gonna come for us. I feel like when you a special somebody, somebody gonna come for you. I mean, no matter if it's social media, no more peeing behind your back, no matter what it is. Somebody is gonna come for you, but they're coming for you for a reason. You know what I mean? So it's just like I feel like masking off that is so important, especially in today's society.
I think masking off also, like repositioning your crown and taking the mask off, also allows you to open up the opportunities and blessings. Now you're walking into your actual journey and purpose. Because before that, you're masked on. So you're bartending for something that you're not. And so you're missing things. Where if you are authentically who you are, those blessings and opportunities open up because now people see you for who you really are. And they're like, oh, I didn't know that you could speak that way. Or that, you do this. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Because you sew. You make clothing, you do all the things. But if you were trying to be somebody else that's on Instagram, you want to be an influencer, you want to go do this and do that, nobody knows this gift that God has put in you because you're masked up you're trying to be someone else, and you're never posting that. Nobody knows it. Now, when you take that mask down, people are like, "Whoa, wait a minute." Can I do this? Now that opportunity and those lessons are coming to you.
Absolutely.
So you must unmask. When that crown goes up, you have to unmask and walk in it.
Yes.
And you have to have that confidence.
Yes.
And that's why your tribe matters, the people that are around you. And unmasking also means shedding.
Yes.
Shedding.
That's good.
You have to shed some old things, some old habits, some old people. Everybody can't go with you.
Well, they'll fall off when they're
Because they started noticing those changes. And they're like, and they know, I had someone tell me in my elevation in life, and I didn't even recognize it.
Yeah.
I was moving in a different level to my next level, and I didn't even know it. And I had a person who was my best friend, and she came out and told me, she said, I can no longer be friends with you because we no longer align. You're moving in a different direction than me. When I say I can respect that, because I have never had anybody, one, tell me that.
Right.
Two, I'm like, what do you mean? I didn't even know I was moving in a different direction. Like, where am I going? So, because I was focused, I just knew where I was going, my assignment, and I want assignment. But having that knowledge and now knowing that, oh, you see something different in me, and I am no longer serving you in that manner, I have to shed you. And that's okay. You can't go with me to this next level. I still love you. I still respect you. And me and this person talk to this day as mutual, cordial friends. But it was just like, whoa, wait. You know? And that was because I took the mask down. I repositioned my crown, and I was on assignment. And so that is something that we have to do in order to open those
And I feel like sometimes too, it's so important to unmask when you receive your assignment, because then you'll start seeing things more clearly.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you'll start receiving, when people start saying things to you, it's just like, oh, okay.
So that's how
You know, like, okay, yeah. So I mean, that happened to me before too, where I had lost close friends because I feel like once I started really tapping into who I was as a business professional and really just honing in and like grinding, people will start looking at you like, one, if you're a friend of mine and you're saying I think I'm better than you, we're not friends. It's really time for you to go. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I had to learn too that everybody is not going to go where I'm going.
Absolutely.
Because I'm somebody who, I don't do it now, but I used to be somebody who's like, oh, yeah, I'm taking y'all with me. You know what I mean? But I'm complete. I don't think that way. I'm taking with me who has that assignment. If I say I need you to go over here and grab this person because I need you to do X, Y, and Z and the third, then that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Other than that, anything outside of that,
that's it.
That's just what it is.
You gotta take people for who they are.
You do. Absolutely.
I'm just trying to figure out how to even say it. But you gotta take people for who they are. Like if somebody shows you something, you gotta determine whether you can accept it or not. And then people have to pull their weight. I don't want to say it's a certain weight, but I can't be doing everything, and you're not doing nothing as my friend. If you my friend, I can call you whenever. There's some friends I ain't got to talk to for a long time. But when I call them, it's like we pick right up. They understand my life. They understand everything. They always there whenever I need them to be. They just don't call every day. You know, because they know I usually just don't talk on the phone every day. Now I do more with y'all, but I used to then. But I just feel like people gotta understand. They gotta do the same for you. And if they don't, you gotta just understand everybody's not you.
No, it's not. And I think it's truly, I think it's important for us, number one, to be that example too, when it comes to unmasking. I think when you unmask, it makes life easier.
It is.
It does.
It makes life so much easier.
Because you're no longer pretending.
Yeah, that part. So just like, and then you're really saying yes to your calling. You're really accepting your assignment when you're unmasking. I mean, you know, some people may not even. Some people be masked up, don't even know they even wear the mask.
Sure do.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like some people like that. I can really read, and I can really like look through. You know that this persona. You know that just like at the end of the day, you're hurting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people, a lot of us who have silent battles that they may not feel comfortable speaking about it. And I'm not saying that it's wrong for you not to speak about it because number one, I know some people do use Facebook as a outlet to vent or whatever the case may be. But I do feel like for some people, like it's not meant for you to vent. Like it's some seasons that you should be by yourself, where you're meditating, you're thinking, you're praying, and you're dealing with you need to be in isolation. So all of your whatever you go through do not always have to be on Front Street because number one, you gotta be mindful who you're venting to.
Yes,
absolutely.
And this season that you may be going through, it need to be private. It need to be just you and God at the moment. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or you or who your counselor, or you know what I mean? So I feel like it's just because you may not be out here venting on social media don't mean that you're fake or you're this or that. It's just when you're masking on a day to day, it's just you're up every single day and you're just not being the person who you're meant to be in life. So we're just pretty much encouraging you to just unmask, like really accept your assignment and move in the power that God has already given you.
Yes.
And it's pretty much what it is.
And find that safe, because I think everything you enjoy the process when you have a safe environment.
Yeah.
When you're in a safe environment, you can open up and be yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
So
safe environments are important.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some people say they haven't found their tribe yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen that. I see that on Facebook on a regular.
Mm-hmm.
People have not found their tribe. They're still trying to find friends. You know, sometimes family's not family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever the case may be. So, you finding a tribe, I feel like it's something you really have to pray on.
Yeah.
You really have to pray on that. You really have to just be open to also stepping out of what you're accustomed and familiar to.
Yeah.
Like explore new places, go try new things. You know what I mean? So just like you gotta be open minded with being able to find your tribe.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So repositioning your crown, and I think some of the things that I can take away from today have been repositioning my crown could mean that I am doing it several times a day.
Yeah.
I can be doing it during my season and my cycles that I go through in life. And then also unmasking. That means walking in that confidence, being authentic, like you said, and also being open-minded for those opportunities and blessings to come.
Right. Yeah. I think what I pulled from today, and that was such a good topic. That is such a good topic. It's just being authentic and day to day. Just it's okay. It's okay to sometimes we have to take off our cape. Sometimes we have to adjust our crowns. Never take your crown off.
No.
But sometimes we just have to adjust it along the way. And while you're adjusting, just always be yourself. Always be true to you, to who you are. Yeah.
I guess what I'm taking away from it is just enjoying the process and those that your tribe, that hear the sound, hear your voice within that purpose, and just the elevation is amazing. Like it's a beautiful, amazing place. Not just cleaning yourself up in the messiness, but it's readjusting and realigning yourself with the purpose of God for your life with the right people within that season, and you can be an even greater blessing while you are being blessed as well.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yes, I took away just be yourself. I mean, flaws and all, just be yourself. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't matter what status you are. And just say what it is. I mean, that's how I feel. Just say what it is. That'll take you to where you need to be, because you'll learn. You get everything you need, and you can live in the moment. And whoever doesn't accept you, you don't need to be with them. Exactly.
Yes. So my takeaway was the unmasking part. And I say that because I've been for the past couple of months, I've been in a season of unmasking myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have rededicated my life back to God in Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Amazing.
Fully, right? So I've always grown up in church my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is a pastor, mom co-pastor. You know, I have a lot of sisters, so I grew up in ministry.
Mm-hmm.
But when COVID happened, my dad shut the church down, and so nobody was in church.
Mm-hmm.
So they ended up going to another church, but I just didn't have a church home and I wasn't in church. Part of it was because I was burnt out from ministry.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you ever really served in ministry, it is a lot. And sometimes you don't know if you're doing it for God or for people. You get lost in it sometimes, you know. I was on every prayer team, praise and word. I mean, every team there could be, every auxiliary there could be. I served in ministry. So when COVID happened and I just stopped going to church because the church my parents went to, I didn't align with, I really was in this space where I was seeking and finding, like for all these answers, you know. And I really got connected to a lot of stuff that I'm very knowledgeable in, but I was never called to be in that.
Okay.
Law of attraction, all the different universal laws, you know, universe, manifestation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with manifesting because it's not because you're doing it every day.
It's that
You know, but I do feel like I was in a season where I had a mask on, I was being inauthentic because I can honestly say I think I was replacing that with God. God was not getting the glory.
Okay.
And I was in that season for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I could talk circles around law of attraction. I can talk circles around manifestation. I know it A through Z. But am I caught in that?
Yeah.
No, I am not. And so it took me going through a whole lot of stuff within the past year for me to really realize you're not really being authentic. You're not being who God has called you to be. See, when I got up there at that She Wins conference and I led that mantra, that is a real Melanie Wade right there.
Yes, it is.
That watch was everything.
When Toy kept saying, you better let God use, because my mask is off. That is who I am. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm in this season now, the mask is off. It's like, I really want God to get the glory out of every part of my life. I don't care about anything else. If God is not in it, I want to be a part of it. I know I'm really walking in my purpose. Yeah. And I feel myself elevating. So it's just like, God. You know, it really is, you know. But that is a part of me being authentic, being who I really am. And so it was never that I, left God, but it's like I verbally confessed that I am rededicating my life back to God, back to Christ. I am back in church every Sunday. And y'all, I feel so at peace, so at ease. I feel like no matter what I'm going through, it just feels like, it's just like, I know that God is with me. I know that God has my back. Life just feels so much easier when you have that acknowledgement that I am in God's will. God got me. I'm walking in purpose. You know what I'm saying? So for me, taking the mask off and unmasking, that is where I am in this season right now.
Yes.
I love it.
I love it.
Y'all see what it's for? I feel like if it's one thing, ladies, that you can say to somebody that is listening, that is really having a hard time unmasking, what is that one thing that you can tell her?
She.
Believe in herself.
Yes.
That's the only thing that I think anyone can do.
Yeah.
When you feel like it's just something going down and a weary feeling, just believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Because without that, I mean, we're nothing.
Yeah.
Of course, believe in whoever you want to believe in, but you have to believe that you have the power to do things yourself.
Yeah.
Right. When you go to bed at night and you close your eyes and you lay your head on that pillow and you reflect back through your day, who you have been being all throughout that day. If any part of you didn't align with it, or you knew you won't be in your full self, or you know that you are being persuaded to be somebody else or something else, and it just doesn't feel safe and at home to you, then work on readjusting your crown and unmasking. And you gotta face that truth within your own self and take ownership with that within your own self.
Yes. I think just want to remind you that just understand that God created you with purpose. He has created you with purpose, gift, and meaning. So whatever is just holding you back from being able to fully walk in your purpose, let it go. Just let it go so that it gives you the opportunity to start evolving and becoming who you're supposed to be.
I would say you are enough.
Yes.
Because sometimes, I know for me, like, I'll take on everybody else's things that come, and then at the end of the day, I'm like, dang, I got something going on too, or what's going on with me, or how do I feel?
Yeah.
I don't allow myself to feel how I really feel.
Okay.
So lately, I've been like, oh, okay, no, this is how I feel. There's nothing else to talk about. So just allow yourself to have those feelings and know that you are enough in anything, work, anything. Like we said, people are gonna come at you all types of ways. Just know you're gonna get through it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be okay.
I would say, just know that your next level depends on you.
Yes.
And you gotta ask yourself, like, what else do I have to lose? Like, if you're really sitting in that low place, no matter the season in life, you have to make that decision that you want to excel to your next place in life. You are the key that's going to unlock that new door. You are that person that's going to allow your life to turn. And you have to make that personal decision, whether you put that crown up, whether you're taking that mask off. It's like we clean ourselves up. Like the Dalmatian mother told the puppies. She said, baby, you can get dirty.
Yes.
And I love that part of the movie because she said it was all clean because we try to be perfect. We hide. Come from behind the mask. It's okay to be you.
Yes.
It's okay. It's all right because your tribe is going to hear you. And when you're around the right setting, the right people, your walk is going to become different. You don't have to be like them, but you're going to walk different. You're going to move more confidently in your individual purpose, but you're going to move collectively together as a unit. And that's what makes the difference. It's okay to be dirty. It's okay to be in a mess fall. But you are the one that's going to change the dynamics of your life.
Yes. Adding value in every room that you walk in.
Yes.
Every room.
I think one tip that I could give is unmasking. Someone is waiting for you to unmask.
Yes.
Someone else's life depends on you unmasking. And so be okay with that. Know that you are serving a purpose, that you have an assignment, and someone needs you.
Yes.
So go ahead and unmask.
Yes.
The title? Yeah, so this title was picked by Janelle. That was such a powerful title. And ladies, I feel like, this was a great episode. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please tune in with us every Wednesday on Spotify. We're soon going to be moving to Apple. You can find her BTS on YouTube. Follow us at She Wins Community on TikTok, also Instagram. So thank y'all so much for tuning in.
So tell me, have either of you felt like you have encountered, feeling like, oh my gosh, I feel like today I have to choose. I know I have work to do, but I also know that my kids or my family need me right now. Like, what do you do?
Absolutely. I feel like when that comes a part of being a mother, it's like a motherly guilt. I don't know if it's a professional name for this out there, but if it is, please put it in the comments and let me know what it is. But it's like a motherly guilt type of situation, especially when the kids are younger.
Yes.
And it's like when the kids are younger, it's like you might have kids that are in sport, I got work to do, so it's just like it's like no matter what choices we make as mothers, we're always gonna have that day Because we want to put our kids first no matter what.
That mom guilt is crazy.
The mom guilt is going to eat you up every single time.
That mom guilt. It's like when I lay my head in at night, it's like the day flashes before me of all the things that I just feel like I just didn't do as a mom.
Right.
I be like, so sometimes I just be like, come here, give me a hug. I mean, but it's like, is it for me or is it for you? Because mom guilt.
I'm trying to decide here. And then we go with the hug. They be like, Mom, like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I feel like we internalize and put the guilt and things in our head, thinking for our kids.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, they probably feel like I ain't telling them I love them today.
Yeah.
I didn't do enough today. Or, you know, oh my God, I miss their name today. And it's like, Mom, wasn't think about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Why you
Because
think
it's
about
not.
that?
It's not even a kid.
And you know what? Sometimes we gotta take that cape off.
Yeah.
We gotta take the cape off. We're always trying to be superwoman, show up in every single fashion, and never saying like, "Oh no, I need to do this," or "Oh no, I need